Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about quadrilaterals. What a quadrilateral is it is a four-sided polygon. Okay, so at this point we've been introduced to polygons, we've been talking about triangles, and now we're going to move on to quadrilaterals. And for me, when we classify quadrilaterals, we do so by the number of parallel sides that a quadrilateral will have. So first up we have no parallel sides, and that would be a figure something like this one right here. I'm just going to draw this out. So here none of these sides are parallel, and this is what I'd call just a simple quadrilateral. So there are many types of quadrilaterals that would just fall into this category here. One specific type of quadrilateral with no parallel sides is a kite, and that is a quadrilateral with two pairs of consecutive congruent sides. So a kite looks like this. So here we notice that this is congruent to this, and this side right here is going to be congruent to this side. So those are two basic types of quadrilaterals that don't have any types of parallel sides. Let's move on to one set of parallel sides. So a figure with exactly one pair of parallel sides is a trapezoid. And a trapezoid will look something like this. We'll have one side here, so these two sides will be parallel. Draw the parallel markings there. It'll have some form of sides that aren't parallel. So this is what is called a trapezoid. And trapezoids will come in many different forms. The important thing to remember is that every trapezoid will have exactly one set of parallel sides. Finally, we can move on to the last category of quadrilaterals, which itself can be broken down into a couple different subcategories, which we'll see in a minute, would be the two sets of parallel sides quadrilaterals. The most common is the simple parallelogram. Here we have two sets of parallel sides. Right, these sides are parallel, these sides are parallel, and that is what is called a just basic parallelogram. So parallelograms can be broken into a couple different categories, mainly whether the sides are all congruent or whether they all form right angles. So parallelogram itself can be broken into two categories, the first being whether or not the sides are congruent or whether or not they have right angles. So let's take a closer look at these two different categories here. So we're looking at parallelograms with four sides that are congruent and parallelograms with four right angles. So let's start with four congruent sides. So here is a parallelogram with four congruent sides. So you see the top and the bottom are parallel, the left and right are parallel, each side is congruent, and this is what is called a rhombus. So a rhombus is a parallelogram with four congruent sides. The next one, a parallelogram with four right angles, should be familiar for everybody because this would be called a simple rectangle. So once again, rectangle is a parallelogram with four right angles. Notice the sides on the left and right are both congruent. The sides on the top and bottom are congruent, and we have each of these angles is a 90-degree angle. Keep in mind, not always drawn to scale, but I think you can get the idea. The last figure that we're going to talk about is actually a combination of these two categories. And I think at this point you should be able to figure out what that shape is. That is a parallelogram with four congruent sides and four right angles, which of course is a square. So I will do my best to draw this square to scale here. It's actually not too bad. So here we have all the sides are congruent, and was the case with the rectangle, we have 4 right angles. Obviously, the angles are a little bit, I guess we can just call them a little off. But I think that you get the basic idea of what a square is. And also, hopefully, at this point, you have a basic understanding of some of the types of quadrilaterals that we'll have experiences with. I hope this was an informative lesson for you. I hope you were able to follow along with the work-along worksheet, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.